It's the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to my review of The Greatest Showman, the 2017 musical starring Hugh Jackman, which tells the story of P.T. Barnum. So the plot of the film is we see P.T. Barnum and his family are not very wealthy, and he's trying to come up with a way to make them better off whilst also giving them a nice future. He decides to buy a museum and tries to show off weird and wonderful things inside the museum. Soon he then turns the museum into a circus after getting an idea from a critic, and, well, the name, and decides to show off these strange and wonderful people to the audiences, and eventually then show them off to the world. He also tries to help a singer called Jenny Lynn go on tour, perform, and try to show her off to the world in order to expand the to expand his show businessness. Eventually he hits rock bottom when Jenny quits and the theatre is burnt down by some thugs, but Barnum is persuaded by his team to carry on, and they start again with a tent by the Docklands, and eventually they create the circus with Barnum then passing it on to his partner Philip Carlyle, played by Zac Efron. So, and then he goes off to enjoy life with his family. So that's basically the plot of The Greatest Showman, and yeah, this is a great film, really great. We get to see Barnum's struggles throughout the film, where we see him trying to make the best show on earth, and try to get these people who would probably be scoffed at in real life, be ashamed by their own mothers. Their own mothers would be ashamed of them. He's trying to get them out of the shows and bring them into the limelight, and tries to show them off to the world and make them look and make them the stars. He's trying to help his family out, and he's also trying to help out Jenny Lynn? Trying to promote her across America, trying to help her out and trying to expand his business. This is following a meeting with Queen Victoria, who actually takes one of the comments from the Tom Thumb person very, very well, which was a good thing. The acting and singing is amazing throughout, especially Hugh Jackman, or Hugh Jackman, as we say in this family, following a scene from Night at the Museum 3. It's this scene where Hugh Jackman and Alice Eve are cameoing as actors, as King Arthur and Queen Guinevere in the Camelot play, and Lancelot comes along. Lancelot from the museum comes to visit. So, see Night at the Museum, not Battle, so in the next one, Secret of the Tomb. See, if you've seen that one, then you should know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so Hugh Jackman gives us a brilliant performance as P.T. Barnum, and definitely performs the songs really well. Well, he was on Broadway, and he was in Les Mis. And Michelle Williams does a good job as his wife. Zac Efron, very different to how he looked in High School Musical. Definitely gives us a great performance as Carlyle in this film. Apparently he was a playwright in this. Although this character is fictional for the film, it's not based on a real person as the rest of the film is. loosely based on real people. And Carlyle, interestingly has a romantic relationship. Certainly, one of the two, what are they called? Not tightropes, the swingers. But one of the two ones that hold ropes and wooden stuff and swing across the top of the tent or theatre. He has a kind of one of them is his love interest, the other is her brother, who at first I don't think he's that happy about the relationship, but it's not really shown clearly. I think it's just hinted he may not be so good, but then he later comes to defend Carlyle when the thugs are having a go at them inside the theatre. And Carlyle is almost killed trying to look for the love interest, so Barman has to go in and get him out in the fire. And yeah, it's a nice little addition to the story, and they do a great performance during the Rewrite the Stars sequence. Rebecca Ferguson also does a good job as Jenny Lynn, although I think her vocals were dubbed by another singer, as another singer appears on the CD. So, and I think that's the most notable cast characters-wise. We've also got the bearded lady, who has a great influence on the story, as does Tom Thumb, and they're great characters. And also, I think those are the most notable people. But and like I said, the other, the love interest's brother. The love interest is played by Zendaya from Spider-Man: Homecoming, by the way. Yeah, it's great stuff. Was there not much I wasn't so keen on? The opening. Not the opening scene. Just once we cut to Barman as a young man, we get some concerning bits. But that's me personally. If it's part of the story, even if it's not completely true, it's still part of the story and makes sense. No, I think this one's a pretty solid film. I just don't know if I would give it a 10 out of 10. I think it needs to be more spectacular visually in order for a 10. But it still looks incredibly amazing, especially the Rewrite the Stars sequence and the opening and closing scenes. And I should say penultimate scene, really. And yeah, it's all spectacular, and the music is great, especially the opening song. And brilliant stuff, great work, and really enjoyed the film. And cinematography and editing are brilliant. It's just like I said, I think it should have, in order to be I think if it was even more visually spectacular, it would have been a 10. So instead, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all colored lights, where the runaways are running the night, impossible comes true, it's taking over you. We light it up, we won't come down.
Movie brilliantly executed. I just think it could have been shown made even better, at least presented even better, but it's still executed brilliantly. So that's it from my review of The Greatest Showman. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Watching it come true, it's taking over you. 'Cause everything you want is right in front of you, and you see the impossible is coming true. And the walls can't stop us now. Yeah.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne Retro YouTube channel. So in the film we see especially Hugh Jackman, one of the two, not Zimbabwe. I'm sorry.